Everyone, when you think of Egypt, do pyramids and the Sphinx come to mind? Then you absolutely must watch this video until the end. Egypt is a country with over 5,000 years of history, continuing its incredible culture and traditions from ancient times to the modern day. The Nile River in particular has been the lifeblood of Egyptian civilization since ancient times. Through this river, agriculture and trade flourished, and Egyptians developed a variety of cooking techniques and ingredients. And the Great Pyramid of Giza, which we all know, was constructed about 4,500 years ago. Built with millions of stone blocks, this pyramid was created as a tomb for the ancient Egyptian kings to maintain their power even in the afterlife. To this day, the methods of its construction remain a mystery, making it a wonder of the ancient world. As such, Egypt is full of history and culture, and its food is equally unique, thanks to the fertile soil of the Nile River, the fusion of diverse cultures since ancient times, and the use of rich spices. Egyptian cuisine boasts deep and bold flavors. Among them, one of the most beloved dishes by Egyptians is Koshary. Koshary is known as the national dish of Egypt and is both widely popular and uniquely charming. It is also a must-try dish when visiting Egypt. The first place I visited was Koshary Abou Tarek, the most famous Koshary restaurant in Cairo. This restaurant began in the 1950s when the owner, Mr. Tarek, started selling koshary from a street stall. His passion and dedication to koshary captured the hearts of locals, and it has since grown into the top koshary restaurant in Egypt. The restaurant, now a 5-story building, is always bustling with locals and tourists alike. And the staff work diligently to serve everyone. Koshary is a dish made with rice, lentils, spaghetti, macaroni, fried onions, spicy tomato sauce, garlic vinegar sauce, and hot sauce.
Number 2, garlic vinegar. Must be spice in here. Lentil. Lemon. Tomato sauce. Fried onion, shake base. Enjoy, sir. Have a nice time. Enjoy. It's mixed.
To eat it, you mix the tomato sauce with a bit of garlic vinegar to your liking. Then add chickpeas, fried onions, and a squeeze of lemon juice before mixing it all together. The first bite bursts with the crispiness of fried onions and the slight spiciness of the tomato sauce. The chewy rice and soft lentils create a unique harmony, while the tangy garlic vinegar sauce adds a refreshing finish. As a Korean, the combination of rice, spaghetti, and macaroni was unfamiliar at first. But koshary, made with affordable and nutritious ingredients, quickly became a favorite among workers and the common people, eventually earning its place as Egypt's national dish. I also tried lentil soup at this restaurant. This soup had a rich and hearty lentil flavor, complemented by a savory and slightly salty taste.
Fantastic flavor.
I tore off a piece of bread and dipped it into the soup. It was simple, yet delicious. Lentils are rich in protein, fiber, and iron, making them an essential source of nutrition for Egyptians since ancient times. For those who couldn't afford meat, lentils served as an affordable yet nutritious alternative. A bowl of lentil soup was surprisingly filling and satisfying. The second place I visited was a fine dining restaurant called Kasr El Kababgi, located in New Cairo. This restaurant has a Google rating of 4.3 out of 5. Kasr El Kababgi prides itself on using high-quality ingredients to present traditional Egyptian cuisine with a modern twist, catering to a diverse range of international customers. This place was so popular with both locals and tourists that the wait was quite long. The menu offered an impressive variety of dishes, and I ordered Molokhia, lamb kebab, pigeon dish. Molokhia is a traditional Egyptian dish made by boiling Molokhia leaves into a thick soup. Known as the food of kings, it was a favorite among ancient Egyptian royalty. It's healthy and easy to digest, which is why it remains a staple in Egyptian households to this day. The flavor was nutty with a slight bitterness, and its slimy texture felt a bit like eating mucus. I once talked to a taxi driver about Molokhia, and he mentioned that this dish used to be something you'd recommend to someone who dislikes it as a kind of challenge dish. That's because the texture is so slimy and sticky that it can be difficult for people who aren't used to it to enjoy.
Something sticky. Don't please say something bad. I don't like this texture.
The broth itself was clear and slightly salty, but the texture was too slippery for me, so I wouldn't try it again. Next came the pigeon dish. This traditional Egyptian dish involves stuffing pigeons with rice and spices before roasting them. Apparently, Egyptians raise pigeons specifically for consumption. The size was slightly smaller than a typical chicken. And while I expected meat inside, it was filled with rice. The exterior was crispy, the interior was moist, and the spices added a strong aroma, which was quite intense for my taste. Still, it's worth trying once, as pigeon meat isn't something you encounter every day. The lamb kebab was made by mixing minced lamb with spices like coriander, cumin, garlic, and chili before grilling it over charcoal. This cooking method brings out the deep flavors and bold aroma characteristic of Egyptian cuisine. The smoky flavor from the grill and the tender texture of the lamb were absolutely delicious. In ancient Egypt, lambs were significant sacrificial offerings during religious ceremonies and festivals. The lamb kebab is a modern evolution of the ancient lamb dishes. Egyptians enjoy lamb kebabs with grilled vegetables and Egyptian bread. By placing the kebab and vegetables inside the bread like a sandwich, the rich flavor of the lamb blends perfectly with the bread for a truly delightful experience. Finally, I visited Zaman Restaurant, a small street-side eatery near Giza, Cairo. Compared to the previous two restaurants, this place was modest in scale, but I personally prefer hidden gems like this. These spots often offer food that's even better than expensive restaurants. The owner, who seemed to have been a renowned chef in the past, now runs this small establishment. He not only grills the food himself, but also provides friendly service. The prices were incredibly affordable, and the food turned out to be the best I had in Egypt. I ordered kofta and chicken shawarma here. Watching the food being grilled right in front of me was an amazing experience. The sizzling sounds and aroma of the meat cooking over the charcoal were truly captivating. Kofta is a popular dish in Egypt and the Middle East, made by mixing ground lamb or beef with spices like cumin, coriander, paprika, and cardamom, then grilling it on skewers. The kofta here was out of this world. Even for Koreans who may dislike lamb due to its strong smell, the kofta here had no trace of gaminess. It was incredibly tender, juicy on the inside, perfectly grilled, and had a subtle smoky flavor. Simply unforgettable.
약간 짭짤한 맛에 다진 고기를 이렇게 모양을 잡아서 만든 거거든요. 근데 되게 부드럽고 짭짤한 맛이 있고 되게 맛있어요. 되게 맛있어. 이집트에서 먹어본 음식 중에 제일 맛있는 것 같아요.
The grilled tomatoes and bell peppers served alongside were incredibly fresh and flavorful, showcasing the quality of Egyptian produce.
이집트는 이런 피망 종류나 고추류가 너무 맛있어요. 너무 맛있어. 엄청 한국에서 먹는 것보다 맛이 조금 더 풍부하고 더 맛있습니다. 진짜 맛있어. 토마토도 엄청 신선하고 너무 맛있어요. 오이에는 위에 약간 큐민이 뿌려져 있고 이집트에서는 야채 종류는 거의 다 신선하고 맛있는 것 같아요.
The bread was also freshly grilled, and wrapping the ingredients while they were still warm created a flavor explosion in every bite.
The parsley is fresh.
미쳤다.
The chicken shawarma, stir-fried with peppers and lightly seasoned on a griddle, was wrapped in a flatbread and slightly spicy with a strong umami flavor. Each bite was so good that I couldn't stop eating.
And the pigeon, especially the pigeon is really delicious. So it's making like a, how can I say, it's boost the flavors, everything, really. I think it's one of my best shawarma ever. 진짜 맛있어요. One more bite.
랩 자체도 엄청 쫀득쫀득한 맛이 있고 짭짤한 맛이 있는데 안에 들어간 치킨이랑 캡시컴, 양파 이런 재료들이 엄청나게 조화롭고 잘 어울리고 그리고 약간 그 시즈닝이나 양념을 한 것 같은데 진짜 맛있어요. 한국에서 먹어본 맛이랑 엄청 다르고 진짜 맛있습니다. 그냥 맛있어요.
Try this pigeon.
The owner even treated me to a dessert called basbousa.
I have one question. What was the dessert?
Name sweet Egyptian spacious.
Made with semolina, sugar, yogurt, butter, and syrup, this exotic dessert offers a nutty texture with a delightful sweetness. The syrup infused with rosewater soaked into the basbousa, giving it a clean and subtle sweetness rather than being overly sticky.
이거는 약간 스윗한 맛이 달콤한 맛이 있는데 인공적으로 엄청나게 단맛은 아니고 딱 깔끔하게 맛있는 단맛? 원래 이집트가 디저트로도 굉장히 유명하거든요. 디저트도 근데 굉장히 단 종류가 되게 많은데 이거는 적당히 딱 달고 약간 좀 으깨지는 식감이 있는 것 같아요. 이것도 맛있다.
In conclusion, the food here was the best I tasted in Egypt.
To give you a small gift for you.
Leave
I say one gift, some small gift.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
It was my best food in
Can you
Egypt.
review Google Map? Thank you.
Yeah, I will make a video too.
On YouTube. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. shukran. Bye bye. 와, 최고. What do you want?
No, I
Say
just
something.
meant like, wow, for me it was so delicious.
My best food in Egypt, number one.
Mamma mia.
While traveling in Cairo, I experienced chaotic honking, desert sands swirling in the wind, horses and camels sharing the streets with cars, and the unique tipping culture. Between the colossal pyramids of Giza, the fascinating history of ancient Egypt, and the exotic flavors of the local cuisine, my culinary adventure in Cairo was truly unforgettable. In part 2, I'll take you to Luxor, known as the world's largest open-air museum, for a romantic culinary journey across the Nile River.